The traditional Filipino sustainable design, Bahay na Bato, or stone house. The evolution of Bahay na Bato. Bahay na Bato comes from the house we call the Bahay Kubo. Bahay meaning house, and Kubo, a Spanish word for cube, which shows the shape of the house. The materials used for this one are bamboo, nipa, palm, and timber. The Bahay na Bato has the two words mean Bahay for house and Bato for stone. The materials used for this house are stone, brick, clay tiles, and a wooden framed upper floor. Filipinos are known for disaster resilience. That's why it shows in the design of the Bahay na Bato. As you could see, this is how we are with regards to disasters. We make good of what we have, even in times of hardships. To answer for disasters, the Bahay Bato is a flexible design using a wooden framed upper floor and a stone lower floor. We also use capi shells or oyster shells for our windows. These are translucent shells which are flattened and placed on bamboo or wooden grids to let the light in and to protect us from the weather. Other features of the Bahay na Bato are the Capiz windows, the big windows, the grand staircase, the big living quarter on the second floor, and the multi-purpose lower floor for storage and even for parking and carriage. The sustainable features of the Bahay na Bato are the raised living quarters. This prevents the family from being exposed to natural calamities like floods. Since Philippines is in a tropical climate, there is extensive use of big windows for improvement of ventilation and cooling of the house. The high-pitched roof and the overhang eaves protect the house and the occupants from rain and typhoons. These are the indigenous materials used for the Bahay na Bato: nipa, nara timber, capiz, shells, and adobe blocks. Here's a TikTok video from Archimarathon inside the Bahay na Bato.
I'm in the Philippines and I'm looking at a traditional Manila house, a mixture between Spanish stone houses and traditional tropical Asian architecture. Wonderful lessons about tropical architecture and ventilation, so many lessons. Favorite thing about architecture in the Philippines is the quality of the light. Very dark interiors, dark timbers, which is great when it's really hot outside. Huge openings for ventilation. And then you got these wonderful screens that you can come and slide and choose how you want it to be. These screens are made out of oyster shells, which is a local product. Not only does it diffuse the light, but also great thermal properties to stop the heat coming in. Further to that, you have traditional louvers. Again, you can close it off from the street, but still have great flow of air and ventilation. What's cool are these shutters. They can actually completely close it off. Or, when the rest of the shutters are closed, this can be open to make sure there's enough ventilation. Also is that you get this connection to the street. We can actually see people, street life, procession of religious things, all the good stuff. Note these overhangs, very important to protect it from rain and most importantly from the sun. All the rooms have open ventilation up the top, so you can actually make sure that there's air through the house as the hot air rises and get out and pass into different parts. Beautiful cross ventilation.
The following are the similarities between the Bahay na Bato and Canadian homes. First, both have lower floors for storage and other purposes. Both are designed for optimum ventilation and cooling. And also, both are adaptable to their respective climates. What can we use for the Bahay na Bato design for Canadian homes? Well, when we design Canadian homes, we can use the large overhang eaves to protect it from snow and rain. Raised living areas should also be used in order to not just to prevent from the frost sieve, but also to counter areas which can be flooded. We should also use large windows and natural light. High-pitched roof in order to improve the ventilation of the house. Traditional Filipino design for modern Canadian design. A sustainable design practice would be increase the protection of the house from snow and rain. Be very mindful about disasters that happen in your area and be disaster resilient. We have to think about the influx of more natural light through bigger windows. We need to improve ventilation through the use of high ceilings, high-pitched roof, and windows. We should have lesser dependence on mechanical air conditioning, and we should use passive design techniques. A use of indigenous materials to make it more sustainable, and an emphasis on the well-being of the occupant. Thank you very much. And from the Philippines, maraming salamat po.